What's going on? Welcome back to Trending Stocks. Today I want to talk to you about Hologram. I want to go over some of the current data points, break it down what shorts did, as well as how Hologram's time is really ticking down. So I want to go over all the things that you need to know, but first make sure to hit that thumbs up. And with that, let's get right to it. So starting off on Friday, it did go down 7.52%, which is very unfortunate because a lot of growth stocks on Friday just went up like a madman. Some of them had even double-digit returns. Crazy stuff, but Hologram just broke down. And I want to go over exactly why they did. But it did have 58 cents the low, 67 cents the high, a fair amount of volume for it being on a Friday. So 18.3 million shares being traded, 20.6 is the average. Regrettably, that volume isn't done by institutions because you can kind of see right here, no transactions occurred on the secondary market above $100,000. So the majority of the volume was done associated to shorts as well as algorithmic trading. So not necessarily the best chain of events, but then again, the company hasn't put out any pieces of news as of late. So last one came out on February the 7th. So obviously investors would greatly appreciate any news because they've had to speculate quite a lot. Even my last video, because last SEC filings were associated to prospectuses. So 28 million convertible notes due 2025, which is relatively short of a term. And aside from that, though, they're around 28 million subtract the discount each. So this company is stockpiling cash for whatever reason with very toxic debt. Like I've done videos in the past, this one prospectus, that's before even this one came out, I said that this one was going to be the death of it because it is very, very true. These convertible notes are going to completely obliterate the dilution aspect for this company. And so yes, there's just a lot of grayness when it comes down to this company, and speculation has to be done because I kind of proposed last video that maybe they have something planned, maybe an acquisition, because kind of estimated based on their last earnings and these two prospectuses right here, they have about 70, maybe a little bit more million in cash and cash equivalents. Why does a company that has roughly a 3.65 million market cap need that much money to stockpile? So it's either one of two things, and unfortunately they are kind of opposite extremes. One of which is based on the prospectuses, as I brought up in my last video. There is that, I guess, Cayman Islands. So what I'll do is I'll kind of give you a quick overview of what I mean by that. I did show you guys this last video, so it kind of goes over, this is on their prospectus on a side note. So you have MicroCloud Hologram, so that's what you obviously invest in. Right below that is this MC Hologram Inc, which is a Cayman company. And for those of you that kind of know subsidiaries and everything like that, it's gray. So I don't know if they're just funneling money into one of their many other subsidiaries or holdings, or they are planning a acquisition. So you have kind of both opposite extremes on possibilities, but let's say you are optimistic and you think it is associated to an acquisition, them trying to do something, which obviously we have no indication of who it could be or what it could be or something else, but their clock is ticking. So that's kind of the basis of my video, just on what might be coming next. So let's pop over back over here. So let's look at the 1 year chart. So for those of you that are familiar with NASDAQ rulings, if a company is trading below $1 for 30 consecutive trading days, they're on the chopping block. They get a 6-month kind of notice to rectify their deficiency. If not, they get delisted. And in fact, that's why MicroCloud or Hologram did a reverse stock split in February 2nd, 2024, a 1-for-10 to rectify that very deficiency. But they're very, very close to being back at it, because if you look at it, since it looks like right here, last time they were trading above $1 and closed above $1 was on June the 17th, 2024. So ultimately 17 days consecutively below $1. This company is a very big momentum play, so things could change just like that. But in essence, if the company is basically as kind of the status quo for the next 2 weeks, they are again going to get another delisting notice, which might be short's bigger plan, but still, this is where the company's time is ticking. If they are going to do an acquisition, they have to do it sooner rather than later and not just stockpile this cash. So it's just a very unique circumstance. You see a lot of people very hopeful about this and very just speculating on what could happen. And like I've said in the past couple of videos, institutions do not invest based on speculation. They invest based on actual news. So that's where just Hologram's kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place. But moving on, going over some data points and the things that you need to know. Shorts are kind of returning around 291,000 shares. 8.53 million shares overall are being shorted. A lot of people got very excited by this. So 217.17% of their free float is being shorted, but Vortex does not seem to be updating this, so it still does have the free float being 3.93 million. So in essence, is around, I'd say, 12% short interest. That's calculating the new outstanding share count. So still, like GameStop in comparison, I think is around like 12%, 13%. So it's not out of the realm of possibilities that this company could have a squeeze. And plus, in the past, it has really proven itself that it can go up. So I'm not ruling that out, but I think the company, no matter what, needs to put out some news based on that. I did see, I haven't actually verified it or anything like that. Maybe one of you guys are familiar with it, but one thing that some individual, can't remember the name off the top of my head, did state was that a lot of these kind of bumps up in the stock price in the past are correlated with Chinese holidays. So I don't know, again, I haven't validated that or anything, but who knows, it might make a little bit of sense. It seems to be around, these two seem to be around the same time period possibly, so that might make sense, but still something to kind of keep in mind. So yeah, as of right now, it's very misleading saying 217%, so kind of just make sure you guys do your own due diligence at the end of the day. But right now, with it at 61 cents and change, it is trading between this S3 and this S2. So 58 cents is going to be that next strong support. And in fact, it did bounce off of that general low on Friday. So just watch for that to hold going into the next several trading days. And then 69 or 70 cents is going to be that next strong resistance / target. Didn't really touch this. So in essence, the downtrend is kind of being confirmed, and I think you don't have to be a rocket scientist to see which way the stock is going. So it's a very unfortunate scenario. Like I said, I think a lot of people had a lot of high hopes for this company. It's kind of like anything can happen, even at this stage, even though I've said it's been below $1 for 17 consecutive trading days and could be delisted or go down another reverse stock split territory. At the same time, it could easily just jump up based on speculation or new speculation or a new rumor or just concrete news. And that would be ideally associated with their massive amount of stockpile of cash. So what's your thoughts on Hologram? Have you been buying? Have you been selling? What have you been doing with Hologram? And do you think that their cash is for good purposes, for an acquisition, or do you think it's more for mischievous kind of stuff where they're going to be trying to funnel money possibly into one of their subsidiaries and stuff like that? So what's your thoughts? Don't forget to hit that thumbs up and subscribe. I always greatly appreciate that. One final thing, take advantage of this promo. Simply sign up for a new account, throw $100 at it, and they give you 5 free stocks. Each stock is valued up to $2,000. Kick-ass deal. Link in the description below and also the comments. With all that said, appreciate all of you watching.